Hi, good people. It's Sherry. I am here with some free and valuable information for you tonight. Free and valuable information that will help you to benefit yourself as well as others. Okay, so I've done the research like I always do. Okay, and tonight I've researched a topic about online dating. Okay, so in this day and age, this is something that some of us are utilizing. And what I'm going to be talking about is they have an online review for compatibility. So it's a test that you do. It takes a big chunk of time, and you sit there and you answer all these questions, and the point of it is to show you whom you would be best compatible with. Okay, so I did it. I took the test. I answered all the questions truthfully and to my best ability, and I printed it out, so I'll share it with you so you kind of get an idea. And then in case you wanted to know, I do have a little bit of experience in this arena, as being a single person and trying to find my own mate. So I'll share with you my 3 points on what I think make people the most compatible. And again, I have experience, and I also am around people that have experience. I work with people who are older, who have years and years. We're talking usually 50 plus years of marriage under their belt, successful marriages. Okay, so I get to see, I won't share their personal information, obviously, but I can just give you tiny examples of, in general, the traits that help make people compatible. Okay. So let's see. All right. So check it out. This information is going to help you benefit yourself as well as others. Okay. That's what I try to do here. All right. So my last video that I did was talking about, can exes be friends? Okay. So check out that video if you're curious. I think yes, but in very limited amounts. Respectful, especially if they have a marriage mate and you have a marriage mate, and proper respectful boundary distance with somebody that you're not romantically involved with. Okay, so that was then ... This is now. All right. So exes, kind of perfect, right? Now we're rolling over to the new, moving forward, right? Okay. So here's what it looks like when you print this out. Okay. This is the form that I filled out. I filled it out online, and then they're so nice they let you print it. So it says that it's an assessment, and it says in a relationship there's 9 key factors. Okay, and that is interdependence. So how much you want to be with your mate, or how much you need to, how much you feel you need to be interdependent. Okay, self-efficacy, which is basically like your level of confidence and your confidence in your ability to do things, okay, to accomplish things and to live your life as you see fit, to make things happen, to will them as you prefer. Okay, empowerment, self-efficacy. Okay, and then also communication. Big one. Some people are great at it. Some people are, I like to think my communication is good, and then I get in some situations and I'm like, whoa, they like totally make me, but we'll get to that. Anywho, sexuality is on here. See what they have to say. I'll cover that briefly. Preferred expressions of affection, so how you like to receive love. For you, does it mean gifts? Does it mean physical touch? Does it mean sharing with chores? Does it mean just saying it? Does it mean, what does it mean? For each person, it's different, depending on how you were brought up and everything. I think how you were shown love during your development, you tend to see love like that as you get older as well. Okay, so intimacy, which is different from the sexuality one. That's a whole separate column. So intimacy and sexuality are 2 different things. Okay, relationship readiness, kind of like job readiness. So that was interesting. We'll go over that. Conflict resolution, which is super important. I've seen this in relationships and obviously dealt with it in my own life. The ability to resolve conflicts in a manner where both parties feel okay about it. No hard feelings. There's going to be some hard feelings, but, not overly so, where you can smooth it over and continue and get along. Okay, and that's especially important when it comes to finding a marriage mate. Okay, if you can't get along, you can't stay married, right? All right. And last one, attitudes about love. Your attitude about it. Again, I think this is a lot based upon your, your history and your early development and how people around you showed their attitudes about love. Did they express it openly? All right. So we'll break it down, just real briefly here. Okay, so interdependence. It says interdependence refers to how much you need dependency or a couple identity with your partner. Okay, so I think this is referring to, like, how some people want to be really close, like they'll wear matching outfits, they're really in sync. Okay, and then some, can take even like, they can go out separately and see each other at home and they're okay. It just depends on what your preference is. Okay. So, yeah. So, in my case, my assessment said that I need a high level of interdependency in relationships. So, I guess I kind of knew that. Yeah. Yeah. I want to be like BFFs. I want to marry. It sounds cliche, right? I want to marry my best friend, but I do. Otherwise, that's what a relationship is. It also includes all these other things, but friendship is a core. So interdependence. All right. They ask a little neat question too, and this one kind of was funny. It says, on any typical night out with your friends, would you prefer to have your partner there with you or not? I don't know. I guess depends, right? Even me being, highly interdependent, there's some nights or sometimes you would just want to be like with your family or your female friends and not have your husband there or whatnot. So something to think about. They kind of throw those little questions in there. Okay, next one, intimacy. Intimacy refers to how much you need emotional closeness with your partner. Okay, so not sexual closeness, but emotional closeness. How much do you need that? So that's something to think about. All right. Neat question. It says, what levels of self-disclosure have occurred at various stages of your past relationships? And if you could do any of it over, what would you do differently, or would you do things the same? Okay, so self-disclosure, telling people about yourself, telling your business, your secret, what make self-disclosure about yourself. Have you done this at various stages, and did it turn out well? Okay, so that's a good question to think about as you're in this dating world. What to share, how soon, how much is too much, how much is too little. Do you tell them you're a targeted person? Do you tell them you're in a mind control program? Do you say that on the first date within 10 minutes? I mean, do you get it out of the way that you're on an organized stalking program and there's probably going to be people, perps in public, stalking you? Do you say that right away, or do you just kind of lay low and you just, sweat bullets as you're as you're being stalked on a date? They do come on dates. I'll tell you about that. They do. So targeted individuals, hi, you guys know what I'm talking about. For the rest of you, just, yeah. There's certain things, everybody has different things going on in their life. So, can you share that? At what stage do you share that? And has it worked out? I kind of think that you should just get it all on the table as soon as possible. That's my personal point of view, because then they know what they're getting into and what they're dealing with. And then you can for me, I can kind of gauge how they handle things I disclose. So if it's too much for them a little bit, then I say, oh, well, then you really can't give them the big stuff either, if they can't handle the little stuff. But then again, it's all about timing and, has to be paced, I guess. But different for everybody. Some people can handle it. Some people are not shocked. I'm kind of one of those people. Not a lot of things shock me. So people can tell me things and I'll be okay with it, But I'm human, I guess I could be, feel some type of way if somebody shared something super, intimate maybe at first. Maybe I'd be kind of put off. Who knows? What about you guys? What do you think? Yeah? Yay or nay? I don't know. These are good questions. How soon do you reveal things? Take it really slow? Yeah. Okay. Self-efficacy. Again, refers to your self-image and your stability of mood and your level of motivation. So, if you have good self-esteem and a sense of accomplishment, that's important. Because basically I feel like this is saying, well, it goes on to say, let's see. you're not comfortable always giving into peer, family, or social pressures. This was my one that that it rated me. It was pretty right on too. And it says, people like you have well-defined ambitions and goals. I guess that's complimentary. Thank you. So, and then it goes on to say what it is in general: strong sense of control over your life and are decisive in managing it. Okay. So, it says bottom line. This was interesting. You need a partner who has a good degree of energy, enthusiasm, and self-efficacy like you, as opposed to a partner who needs constant nurturance and reassurance to feel empowered and valued as a person. That was kind of shocking to me. Not shocking, but that was surprising. It wasn't like, oh, shocking, but it was surprising because in my line of work, I have, I work with people who need, you know, I'm a caregiver. So that is my job, is to give, nurturing and to reassure, to help people feel empowered and valued. And I do that well, and I'm very empathic. I can really understand people's emotions and work with them. But I guess in a partner, no, this is a different, and this is interesting. I don't know. I know me better than they know me, but still, it's funny that because I answered the questions and yeah, and it's kind of rings true. So they said, I need a partner who has a good degree of energy, enthusiasm, and self-efficacy, like you. That's what it says. So like me. I guess it's saying I need my equal mentally, maybe? Is that what it's saying? Yeah, the same level of, I don't know, self-efficacy. So I keep that in mind. These things are interesting. Okay, and on this dating website, this is the one that I go on, but they offer them for free, and so you get to see other people's results. And it's been actually helpful because you'll see somebody's profile and you'll see, oh, you can see, did they take the test or not? To me, that's a good sign if they actually took out the time to take the assessment, like, okay, they're serious about this. Because, sometimes on these sites, I've heard that sometimes men, I don't mean to pick on men are wonderful, they are. But sometimes they are thinking that women on dating sites are looking for like hookups or something like that. And that's just in general. I think when you're in the dating scene, like they think maybe you're out there to have a good time, which you are, but not a good time, You're looking for a good time, like, yeah, let's go hang out and have fun and, and have a good time. But not like a good time, a great time. Whoa. So you gotta be careful with these dating sites is what I'm saying. And then when I see, it triggers me when I see somebody has filled out this assessment and it takes a chunk of time and you actually have to sit there and think of the answers because it won't let you go forward until some of them you have to type out long answers, so you can't just whiz. It's not like true or false and just whip through it. It makes you think. So when I see somebody that's filled this out, a guy, I go, okay, at least he did that. That tells me he's kind of serious about his goal of finding a partner and not just looking for a hookup, which I don't know why men go to dating sites looking for hookups. Like dating and hooking up is not the same thing. Are they? Am I wrong? I don't know. Ladies, gentlemen, the nice ones, good people. What do you guys think, right? I mean, why are they on there? Anywho's, okay, let's move on. So another question that they bring up too in here was interesting. Says, do you ever feel guilty when you do not meet the expectations of your family or friends? Explain. Of course, right? You care. You feel, yeah, you want to meet expectations. And if you don't, you feel bad, I think. Most people. So, I mean, you're not going to, it's not going to crush you. You're still you, but yeah. Also, too, are you the type of person, it asks, who likes to stand out in a crowd or go totally unnoticed? In a crowd. Depends, right? Depends. Depends. I would say in general, though, I think I like to go unnoticed. Which being in a targeting program is pretty much impossible. It's actually painstaking sometimes because, you just want to, go by unnoticed. It's hard. But anyways, I digress. We're talking about the online dating review. Okay, hope you guys are getting this and it's enjoyable. It really is interesting. If you take out the time to do these, it really lets you you want to find somebody you're compatible with, because, you can date anybody, right? They're single, you're single, you can go out and you can date anybody. This is the nice thing about living in the Western world. We have that privilege, and that, it's a privilege, to choose our dating partners, to become our marriage partners. Some countries don't have that. Your parents pick for you, or somebody else chooses for you, and you get what they give you. That would not, I don't, I'm growing up in a Western culture, that doesn't sound as nice as the privilege of choosing your own. Okay. But with that power, like the Spider-Man, quote goes, with great power comes great responsibility. Okay. So you have to take this seriously, and you have to, for your own sake, so you don't, you're not breaking your own heart or wasting time or breaking other people's hearts. You want to try to get the most compatible person for you. Time is of the essence. We're all got a biological clock. And I don't just mean for having baby like that. I don't mean that. I mean for life, period. Again, I work with people who are older. So, you want to enjoy your younger years. And if you want to be married, you want to be able to take vacations together and go dancing or whatever it is you like to do, raise children. Or if that's, you're not going to do that, travel together. You want to enjoy each other while you're able to, So time is of the essence. So get somebody you're compatible with. This helps to do that, okay? Relationship readiness. Okay, I think you guys know what that means, right? How prepared are you emotionally, psychologically, and pragmatically for a committed relationship? Again, I think this is like job readiness. So are you ready? Are you ready for a relationship? Emotionally, psychologically, pragmatically for a committed relationship. Okay, that's the key word, I think. Are you ready for that level of commitment? I have to wonder about that, because that's a big step, right? Once you commit to somebody, your time and your energies is not just to yourself anymore. That's the blessing in being single, right? Single people, you don't have to have anybody else to worry about. I mean, you still have to, your family and friends and your you still have to love people, but not at such a close proximity, like a mate is a different type of responsibility. You're bonded, okay? And if you're dating for marriage, that's a big thing. So I guess you have to be relationship ready. I like to think that I am for the right person that I'm compatible with, that's compatible with me. Okay. Okay. Respond candidly. This is a little question they put in there. What are your strengths and weaknesses as a friend? Okay. So you know it. I'm not going to I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to go there right now. I can be a very good friend like all of us. And I have my weaknesses too. Okay. Like for instance, I'll share a lot of stuff, all my stuff. I like to, of course, right? Don't be selfish. But like, when it comes to my food, I'm a little selfish. That's horrible, isn't it? Like I'll eat up the last of stuff on purpose. Just so, if I see like there's a little bit of jello left, like I'll just wolf it down so that my my roommate, my poor brother, so he doesn't get it. And then usually he's like, oh, I don't want any. But I'll share everything. I'll if I go to the store, I'll pick him up whatever he needs. So it evens out. But I'm just saying with food, or the cereal, if there's only some, a little left. And I could have, if it's like enough for 2 bowls, sometimes I'll eat both. Instead of just being nice and eating one and leaving another, And I try with the food. I don't know. It's something that's horrible. So that's my weakness. I'm going to work on that. Something with food. Okay. Too much. See, I told you, don't judge me. Please don't judge me. I'm still a good person. Okay? Like I said, I will buy stuff and replace stuff. I'll buy them their own food, So if I eat the last of the cereal, then I'll make sure I'm the one who buys another box of it, So there you go. All right. Another question this asks is, what are the most important responsibilities you have to a romantic partner? Okay, so I think this is asking, what is your responsibility to your partner, and one of the most important ones. And I think that it's to be a listener to your partner. you know, to listen to what they're saying and to get in their energy, to get on their wavelength. You know, you can picture being married in the Western world. We work 40 hours a week here in the US. So you come home, you're tired, your husband's tired, and, you know, you want to just take a shower and eat and watch a movie or something, or, you know, take the dog, you know, whatever it is you want to do for yourself. That's what you want to get home and do, right? You've been waiting, you've been working 8 hours, you're home. Then here comes your marriage partner. Uh-oh. Or your dating partner. Say you're dating still. They call you, you know, oh, gonna get together. They got something on their mind. They want to talk. Then you have to shift your energy from what you wanted to do and kind of step back and listen, right? Because that's your responsibility. That's why you chose them as a partner. And that would suck if you didn't listen to them. They would feel unheard, and that would cause problems. Then they wouldn't feel loved. Okay? So that was one I put down there. One of the most important responsibilities to have to a romantic partner or anybody is to listen to them. And that's hard. It's easy, right? You can just listen. Yeah, I'm listening. But like to listen and to like really absorb it and to, you know, to be empathic with it, that takes a lot of energy. Especially when you're super empathic like me. I don't know if that's the word, but yeah, I'm like turned all the way up a lot. So my own energy is enough. And then, you know, for other energy, see, you have to take all this into consideration to figure out who you're compatible with. These are great questions, and it's real life. Okay, couple more. Communication. All right, so what about communication? Communication refers to your approach to interpersonal interactions and your level of emotional intelligence. I love that word. I love it. Emotional intelligence. It's not just like intelligent, because like I think every human being is intelligent, right, guys? Like you're smart, I'm smart. We're all smart. Like God didn't create any dumb people. You know, the fact that we have a brain in our heads tells us we have a level of intelligence. It's just different types. You ever notice that? Like I can be really intelligent at some things, you know, and then I can be like really other things. Like I am, you know, with hand-eye coordination or like building stuff. It takes me a while to get it versus some people right away. And, you know, I have my own strengths in other places, but when it says emotional intelligence, that's like saying you can read emotions of people. You know, you don't just crunch numbers. You don't just, you know, able to build stuff. You're not just smart and can, you know, whatever it is, you know, do physics, but are you emotionally intelligent? Can you read people? You know, are you in tune with your fellow human beings? And in this era of advanced satellite-based technology, this is not the video for it, nope, but you know how in tune we all are, okay? So to be emotionally intelligent is, you know, for those of us who are not, you know, you're going to be. When we all get that hive mind, you'll see how it is. So don't let it freak you out. For the rest of us who are highly empathic, I think it's kind of a natural, you know, we get it. But emotionally intelligent, reading people, reading the room. And yeah, and so if you have strong emotional intelligence, it's this little thingy based on my responses says that I have good, excellent. Oh. Oh, and I'm humble too. No, okay, I knew this though. Like I said, from being empathic. I don't know, when I was younger, just to get, you know, my mother was very intense and very empathic herself. And so I was the only child for a long time and the oldest. So a lot of her attention, and she was a young single mother. So a lot of her attention went on to me, and she taught me to be like that. Like I had to have, you know, I had to be able to vibe on her level. So it made me more mature, and it made me empathic and have a high level of emotional intelligence. Plus I had a lot of family around me too that would always engage with me. I was blessed to have that. I appreciate that. So that helps. That's why. Nothing of my own doing. That's just the circumstances I was given. Okay. It also can be a curse sometimes because, like I said, I'm too in tune. You know. But you take the good with the bad, right? So yeah, it can be extremely sensitive and to others' feelings and body language. Yada yada yada. Okay. So bottom line, I need somebody who will not put up emotional barriers when you seek to understand his thoughts and or feelings and will communicate with you intimately and candidly. It's true. Yeah, they hit this one. Yeah, it's true. I do. I need that. I need somebody to be in tune and like, and for men, sometimes, they're not, I'm generalizing. Some people, men and women, just are not that in tune or they don't want to be. And I get that. It's like a safety thing. Like, I don't know you. I don't want you all up in my feelings like that. Um, but in a romantic relationship for me, that is very important. Yeah, I want to know. I want to vibe with you. I want to help you. I want you to help me. I want to really, let's get each other, Get each other. It's the closest relationship you're going to have in your life. All relationships are important, but in your romantic relationship with your spouse is highly important, before everybody else, right? There was Adam and Eve. There was a reason, there's a special bond. Again, you can show love to everybody and you love everybody in different ways. Just the spousal bond is very strong, and very special. They all are, okay, but this one is the strongest, okay? Let's just. So, I need somebody that I can really, understand and be understood and vibe with them. Okay, so here's a little question they put in there. Do you ever feel that once a romantic partner gets to know you really well, that he or she will like who you really are or will think less of you? Ooh. If you really know me, would you like me still? Right? You hope so. Yeah, that's hard. Do you find it difficult to trust a romantic partner completely? Explain. You don't have to explain. Okay. Well, also, would you feel uncomfortable telling your partner about things in the past of which you felt ashamed? In the past. So you can't do anything. It's in the past. But would you feel uncomfortable telling them? Okay. Something to think about. Can the person that you are dating or choosing to marry, can they handle the worst of your history? And your history is always in the past. You can't change the past, So whoever you're dating, can they handle that? That's a good question to think about, Or are they too judgmental? Where would they not be able to handle it? Or is that just too much? Is that the wrong person that These are really good questions. You see why this review was really good. Okay. Last one here, or almost last one. Conflict resolution. Conflict resolution refers to your stress management and problem-solving skills. Okay, so how do you resolve conflict? Are you flexible? It says I'm flexible and action-oriented when addressing problems. Okay, great. You have to be able to in long-term relationships. Oh, yeah. Okay, another good question. Would you say that you have a hard time accepting that some mysteries in life just can't be solved? Explain. Sometimes I wonder with these little surveys if they're like giving the information to some like data mining company, you know what I mean? So I don't answer. So, you know what I mean? So they put that in there trying to just, I think that was an optional one or something. Interesting. It's a thinker though. Maybe you don't have to write it down, but maybe it's something to think about, So what else? In your experience, does knowing too much about a problem hinder or help you to resolve it? Helps, right? You need all the information before you can solve the issue, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, this one. Sexuality, okay? Sexuality, that refers to your needs, frequencies, boundaries, and expressions related to physical intimacy. Okay. It's a crucial topic for any couple to address because it involves issue of control and vulnerability. So, yeah, bottom line. You need somebody who regards sex as a meaningful bond between people in love and who appreciate when it is planned to some extent rather than completely spontaneous. I don't know. Okay. TMI. Don't even have a husband yet. Okay, let's just save something. Save something for the honeymoon, right, everybody? Come on. Save something for the honeymoon. Not that we always have, right? But obviously, if you keep doing something and it doesn't work, try it the other way and then, guess what? There's a reason things are done a certain way, hey? Again, I work with an older generation of people, and they're not perfect, but that was more the standard. And it obviously works because you see a lot of people in that age group, they're happily married for many years. So something about that formula is effective. You got to say that at least, right? The baby boomers, a lot of more divorces and everything and that. I'm not blaming nobody. I'm just saying, if you look at the statistics, the baby boomers and Generation X, we were just talking about that today in our household, the different generations, how they're labeled, the baby boomers, so like the 60-year-olds, the Generation X, Generation Z, millennials, all that. And if you notice, the ones that have the most stable record of marriages, long-term and lasting, are the older ones, people in their 80s or older, So something to be said about doing it the old-fashioned way. Okay, I know it's hard. I digress. Okay, so what else? Attitudes toward love. Okay, here we go. Your level of needs for romantic and friendship love. Two main types of love: romantic love and companionate love. Okay, so romantic love is passionate, emotional, and intense, whereas companionate love is a deep, affectionate attachment. Okay, so you don't want to know. I guess mine was a mix and something more about, I don't know, hopeless romantic. I don't know. It can be wrong a little bit. Maybe I answered that question too fast. But there are two different types of love. Okay, two different, romantic love and friendship love. And even when you have a spouse, he or she still is ultimately your friend. At the end of the day, you would hope, at least here in the Western culture, we don't just marry for, stability or, to a point, but, whatever, but in general, yeah, you marry somebody you're friends with, right? On a deeper level. Okay. All right. One more. Preferred expressions of affection. Okay. Preferred expressions of affection refers to your likes and your dislikes for different ways a partner can express love and devotion. All right. So there are many ways in which people show affection to their loved ones: physical touch, doing favors, spending time together, giving gifts, or communicating love through words. So statistically, talking about me, you gave a higher weighted ratings to gifts. Okay. You need someone who can express affection through tangible surprises, such as fun gifts they make, souvenirs purchased on business trips, or beautiful tokens or presents that show they remember and celebrate special occasions. This is true. I do know this about myself. And I don't want expensive gifts because not to be funny, but I feel like any gift really that I need, that I want, and it's, I can purchase it myself. Like, that's how I feel. Like, if I want it that bad, I'm going to go get it. I'll gift myself. And I do. You have to. If you don't treat yourself good, who's going to, right? Okay. But this is also saying when you have a husband or wife, in my case, I would like them also to buy me, but not expensive ones. I'm not talking, rings or whatever. Just, okay, here's an example. They go to the store and they're going to the gas station to get gas or whatever, and could they pick me up a package of Swedish fish or something like that? A soda, you know what I mean? A juice, maybe, right? A cranberry juice or something, some chips, okay? Just simple. Just the point is, you were thinking of me, and that brings me a little joy, a little package of Swedish fish. And oh my goodness, this the thoughtfulness behind it. Like, you thought of me, this is my favorite, just like, when your family, when you get gifts, your parents would come home and bring you something, or your aunts and uncles, or look what I got. And it didn't have to be anything big, just the fact that it was for you and they thought of you and it made you happy. And yeah, so I probably a lot of people are like that, right? Little gifts. We're not talking about cars, jewelry, although those would be nice too, but no, just a package of candy, okay? And the kind you like, that would be the most important. Like, don't bring sweet tarts or something, or, what was a candy? Something you don't care for, gummy worms or something. I'm not a big fan of gummy worms. Just think of me. That lets me know that you know me. You know me well enough to know I like Swedish fish, and you got them. That would be awesome, right? Okay, how about you guys? What do you guys need for your preferred expressions of affection? Something to think about when you're trying to find a compatible mate. Okay, what was I going to say? Yes. Okay, so with gift giving, it's important to make sure that the gift is a thoughtful gift. Do you guys remember the movie Wayne's World? Okay, and he had his ex-girlfriend, and she wanted to get back with him, like she was really missing him and stuff, and so and he was trying to avoid her. He didn't want to get back with her, but she would like pop up at his house, and she bought him a gift, and he's like, "Oh, what'd you get me?" And she's like, "I bought you a gun rack," and he's like, and he kind of got irritated. He's like, "I don't even own a gun, much less a collection of them to own a gun rack." You know, just like, what were you thinking with this gift? Like, it doesn't fit me. Maybe bad example, but that I always remember that off of Wayne's World. You know, why you got to make the gift match the person. Don't buy them something they don't need, right? So yeah, that was that. One of the questions they ask here too on this little online review or little test for compatibility, it says, in what ways, if any, do you like for a partner to depend on you? I don't even know. So what ways do you want or prefer for your partner to depend on you? I don't know. That's a tough one. Hey, guys? Well, here's a good one. What are some things you have done for other people that they would say are the most thoughtful? They even ask that like on job interviews, you know, like when have you gone out of your way to help somebody? So that was that. That was this online assessment from well-known dating sites. If you are on a dating site, you know, online, we got to do it nowadays. Sometimes you don't get a chance to meet people just naturally, you know, of the opposite sex. Me, I work with all women and older people, so it's rare that I'm going to meet somebody at my job. So sometimes you have to utilize, you know, this online dating world. And why not? But you just, when you do it, you know, try to do it effectively, right? Online dating. That's right. I've known 3 people. I have 3 success stories I know firsthand. I know a girl that I worked with many years ago. We worked together, and she was meeting. We had a lot of extra time on the computer, you know, when we weren't getting called. We were really busy sometimes, but then we had some downtime sometimes. So, you know, that was the days of, you know, when the internet was real popular. So yeah, anyways, she ended up meeting her husband. He lived in a whole nother state, and she went to go visit him, and they kept it nice and PG, and just, and they ended up within a year getting engaged and getting married like the following year. So, and they're still married, and it's been like 15 years already. And then I had 2 guy friends, met both of their wives online on free sites nonetheless, you know, so the free site, they can work, you know, people are on there looking for people. Why not? There's a world of 8 billion people. There's somebody for everybody, right? Okay, just got to keep looking. So, which brings me to my research real quick. 3 points, 3 things that I found in my dating experiences and research that I think help to make people compatible. Okay, number 1, spiritual. Okay, I feel like if you serve the same God, if you have the same creed and values and morals, more or less, you stand for the same thing, okay? For example, if you're both Christian, okay, which Christian isn't as Christian does, right? You can say it, but not, it's hard. I'm not judging. Again, this is not perfect people. This is for good people. But good people, it's hard, right? So, but at least you know when a person, if they're claiming to be a Christian, at least then you know that they have the values of being loving, faithful, you know, hardworking, things that a Christianity stands for, right? So that's a good start, right? You know their creed to life. And if you don't worship the same, have the same religion, you're really going to be lost there. And I've noticed this even with people that I work with that are older, they're usually same religion. That's just how it goes. I don't know. That's not saying always, but yeah, okay, that is what it is. That's what I've seen. Okay, in my research. Number 2, the thing I think that makes people compatible is temperament and emotional intelligence, right? There's that word again, emotional intelligence. Not just intelligent. Okay, great, you're an engineer, you're really smart and intelligent. That's wonderful. Great. But are they emotionally intelligent? You know, can they talk about their feelings? Are they a good communicator? Are they gentle? Are they kind? You know, are they going to be that husband or wife that's too harsh? You know, or do they know if you're having a bad day? Or do they know when you need a little bit of space? You know, can they read you? You know, are they going to misread you? Do they think you're being, you're just being fussy? Or, or really you just need a little bit of, can they do that for you, on occasion or whatnot? Can they read just like you would do for them, right? In a conversation. Are they going to be able to pick up if you leave off? Or you got their back, they got yours, right? Emotional intelligence, that's what that is. Okay. Also their temperament. Are they outgoing? Are they social? Are they bossy? Are they laid back? I'm not making any judgment. I'm just saying these are temperaments. You have to figure out what yours is and somebody that complements that. Me, myself, personally, I would not want a bossy man. That sounds horrible. Some women would like that, a leader. Man, a lot of women, they like a man who's a good leader. And although I like a leader, I wouldn't want a overbearing one. I think we're all like that, but some people are more maybe sensitive to that. Laid back. But then again, not too laid back, right? You want a man that's able to make decisions. I mean, depending on your personality. I'm basing this, of course, off of my preferences because I'm the one speaking about it, but we all have different personalities and temperaments, and those things are important to pay attention to. What do you vibe well with? What makes you feel comfortable? Somebody bossy would make me feel uncomfortable. A husband, that would make me feel uncomfortable. I'd feel overburdened or overwhelmed, and somebody too laid back, I would feel maybe they're not taking the, I mean, you got to give and take, right, here. So I'm not just saying I put all these expectations on a man and he's supposed to be perfect. No, I mean, these are all attainable. These are all attainable, to be kind and to be a leader. And everybody's different. Like I said, what I like may not be what the next person likes, and that's a good thing. That's why we're all different. That's why there's 8 billion of us. There's enough to go around for each person to have their own. Okay. Third thing, physical attraction. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Truly is. You have to be attracted to somebody physically. At least here in the Western culture, that's how we do it. That is a privilege for us, right? You don't get that in every country. You could get a husband that's, this is your husband. Whoa, what? That's nobody I would, this is your wife. Our families, we chose, we own 2 businesses and, we want you guys to be married so we can combine. And you're stuck. But they make it work. But I'd like to talk to somebody, but, that those kind of situations. You can just imagine, though. Sometimes the Bible talks about those, too, But, again, that's a privilege that we have here dating in Western culture, that we can choose our mate. And to be compatible, for me, I've noticed those 3 things. Spirituality, temperament, and emotional intelligence, how comfortable you can feel and how much you guys get along that way. And then physical attraction. Here in the Western culture, you got to have it, right? You can't date anybody you're not physically attracted to. You just can't do it. I mean, I suppose you could, but that'd be like eating a meal that you didn't want. You could do it, but you wouldn't enjoy it. Life's too short not to enjoy your marriage mate. That's one of the blessings of life, isn't it? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my free and valuable information on my review for online dating, relationship compatibility, okay, and my own little 2 cents in there. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Go ahead and share this video if you'd like, please. Hit the bell. That's when you subscribe. That way you get an alert. So every time I make a new video, you'll just get a little bell on your phone. I release videos every week. I was doing it every Saturday, but now I'll be changing it back to Fridays. So every Friday, you can expect a video from me, okay? And it'll be different topics. I'm going to focus on relationships, though, because where I am at right now is that's what I'm looking for. So, and I have, I'm feeling good about it. So we'll see. I actually had some outings. I guess I'll call them outings. Some quotings. I'm trying. But I'll let you know. I'll give you some feedback on that, how it went. So what you guys can look out for in case you're also in this, you know, rat race of trying to find yourself a long-term marriage partner, because it's hard. You know, there's 8 billion people and you only need one. So it can be done, but you have to be compatible so that it works and that it lasts, and so that you can truly enjoy someone and they can enjoy you. So it can be done though. All right. Thank you guys so much for staying with me. Appreciate it. Hit like and subscribe. Do your research. And God loves us. All right. Happy Saturday. Bye, everybody.